With CW ending its 9-year run of The Flash, it seems a perfect time as any to see what speed on screen looks like. Speed plays an integral role in superhero films, and with the advent of improved CGI, its use in blockbuster films and TV series has only gone up. Characters like The Flash, Quicksilver, Sonic, Dash, A-Train, and more have showcased super speed abilities on screen. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how each of these characters' super speed was brought to life. Hopefully, when you watch the next speedster whizzing on screen, you can have a deeper appreciation for the VFX that goes into its development. But before we begin, we post videos like this every week with an occasional death battle or power ranking thrown in. If you feel like that is something you'd enjoy, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and sit back and enjoy the video. The history of speed powers in animation and film began with cartoons like Roadrunner and Speedy Gonzales. In the past, the artist's drawings could be directly used in the final frame, and decades later, movies such as Justice League borrowed similar concepts for characters like The Flash and Quicksilver. In animation, speedsters have been portrayed using techniques like smearing colors, creating imprints, or leaving a trail of copies. But that quickly changed with 2004's Incredibles. Dash's chase scene through the forest was brought to life through more than just visual spacing or color grading. The design team carefully designed the background, adding the camera move and superimposing Dash's run cycle. They managed to make a lifelike depiction of what super speed could potentially look like. This might be very commonplace today, but was revolutionary for its time. Next, let's discuss Sonic's journey from his origins as a 2D video game character to his 2020 movie debut. The initial design for Sonic in the movie was met with criticism as it made him look more human-like than necessary. But the design team took a step back and reverted to the original look. Despite the initial backlash, the Sonic movie presented his super speed powers in innovative ways. The main visual effects company, MPC, known for working on large-scale productions like monster and superhero films, took on the challenge of bringing a computer-generated Sonic into the real world. This involved not only making Sonic exist within a real environment, but also determining how his running would be visually portrayed. During the pre-visualization stage, where the director plans the framing and timing of scenes, various methods were explored. These included experimenting with stretched-out shapes, a cycle of feet resembling a blobby motion, and stringy blue noodles. All this research laid the groundwork for Sonic's appearance in the final film. One standout scene in the movie features Sonic super speeding through a bar fight. On the set, actors and extras had to remain perfectly still, kind of like the mannequin challenge. The visual effects team then added a CG Sonic. While there may have been a lot of crunching on the part of the VFX team, they did create a seamless and powerful product given their initial setback. Let's take a look at how the world appears to someone with super fast reflexes. The first Spider-Man movie provides a great example of this. In this scene, after extensive choreography rehearsals and precise timing, it's fascinating to see how they achieved the shot. Everyone behind Peter was likely filmed separately since none of the students were present in the wide-angle shots. Additionally, the fact that Flash's arm is casting a clear shadow on Tobey's neck suggests that the two of them were probably shot separately against a green screen at another time. The key moment in the scene is when Flash reaches out his arm in super slow motion while Tobey reacts at normal speed. This simple yet effective technique helps to convey the concept of super fast reflexes to the audience and makes for a pretty entertaining scene. This video wouldn't have been complete without the iconic Quicksilver scenes. The first is the kitchen scene from Days of Future Past. This scene was shot using a stereo phantom camera, allowing for super high-speed footage. Real sprinklers were used, soaking everyone on set. This already high-speed footage was further slowed down in post-production, and after a certain point, visual effects took over. Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver, filmed all the close-ups on another stage and underwent the fun process of getting hosed down and running on a treadmill while an industrial-grade wind cannon blew at his face. This wind effect created a rippled look, adding to the dynamic visual. The VFX studio behind it combined various elements to make the shot believable and visually exciting. They added water drops, vegetables, cutlery, pots, pans, guns, and bullets. They also accounted for how Quicksilver's movement would interact with these elements, creating a wake of rain behind him. All of these elements came together to make the scene even more dynamic and visually engaging. In X-Men Apocalypse, Quicksilver's speed powers were taken to the next level. He saves everyone from an explosion in a split second, and it's pretty clear that the visual effects team had their work cut out for them. They began with concept art and storyboards to plan the key moments. Pre-visualization was crucial in figuring out how the action would play out. Unsurprisingly, they used phantom cameras again, allowing brief moments to be stretched out, making the audience feel every second of the action. Coupled with an upbeat soundtrack, this was by far one of the best super speed scenes in cinema history. The large corpus of work done on previous movies and television shows eventually paved the way for CW's The Flash in 2014. But unlike all its predecessors, a significant aspect of The Flash show is the CGI set design, the city in which The Flash spends a lot of his time running around. The visual effects company created an entirely computer-generated city by meticulously placing every pedestrian, car, and building. While it might have been painstaking for the VFX team, the end result allowed them to have full control over the camera's movements and the characters' actions. This method was a considerable improvement over the older technique, which involved spending hours driving around to capture just seconds of footage. Over the years of the show's run, the depiction of the city improved to the point where it closely resembled a real one. Using this entirely CG city as a background, the actors could run against a green screen and be layered on top using various methods. This approach has evolved from the first episode to the very last and is what allowed the Flash to be able to climb up the sides of buildings or run on water. For some of the more challenging scenes, digital doubles were created which involved rebuilding the Flash from the ground up. Using modeling, texturing, and lighting, the VFX team had full control over how they could play out a scene. Not surprisingly, however, the use of digital doubles had some limitations and could be noticeable when transitioning from digital to live-action footage, a problem that fans persistently brought up. Despite these minor issues, digital doubles were essential for creating dynamic and visually fluid sequences. Whether it's saving a scientist through a collapsing building or thwarting Captain Cold's truck robbery, it was all made possible with the help of CG effects and digital doubles. Undoubtedly, the hard work of the actors, crew, and talented artists behind the scenes is really what made The Flash a memorable show. But that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the analysis. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. If you enjoyed, subscribe to catch more content like this every week. Till next time.